So in this first round, both entries. First entry, I had a Chrysler 300, dialed 920 something. Never seen the car before, so didn't know what to expect. So rolled up there and tried to hit the tree the same as I did in the practice run. I was 38 on the practice run, first hit in 6 months. Was 22 here on the tree, and he was I think 151 or something like that. Let me look and see. He's 154, so had him covered pretty good on the tree. Got down the top end, just eased her on through, and took the win with that one. Second entry had Jamie Carroll, a very tough racer from this area. He was dialed 625 to my 642. I went a 40 in practice, so I dialed a 42. Didn't know what the car would do, so just to make sure that I could cover my dial, I dialed up a little bit. And he's 41 to my 69. I missed it, plain and simple. So got down there, got there by 0008, but he had me packaged up, going one above 6. So that sent that entry to the buyback window. So we'll roll into round 2 still with 2 bullets. We'll see what we do after that one, after this next view eclipse from
like we're against the red car. So it'll be interesting. Yep, they won. Daddy's gonna win? Daddy's gonna win? Yeah? He's gonna win against a plain truck? Okay.
All right, for round 2, still with 2 bullets. First entry, I had to run some Gasser Willis with a 4-speed in the car. Don't know if I've ever seen him before at the track, so just approach it like normal, because in this day and age, somebody can rip your head off and just take you by surprise. So I flat missed the tree, which he does too. So that made me very lucky in this round. Get toward the top end, see that I'm going to get there plenty of room, so lift out and go through the 43 on a 640. I dialed down 2 because I noticed the car had picked up some with the first 2 entries over the time run. So got the win there with the X number. Come back with the regular number. Had a Chris Gibson hot rod. Normally pilots a second gen silver and black Camaro. He said he's within about a month of getting that car ready. So he's in the Suburban just to scratch the itch, I reckon. And he was really late, 5 above, and I'm my typical self. I turned it 5 pink on something I didn't need to, but A lot of times my struggle is I will get a little antsy on something that's super slow like that. In addition to, I didn't have a blinder for this race day, so I'm using a hand or I'm using a piece of cardboard or whatever the case may be to try and block the other side of the tree. So I'm kind of struggling with it in addition to letting go on the trans brake. So it was a struggle. So turned it red. So this second entry is the regular number is dead because I lost first and second round with it. So we'll roll into third round with one bullet. Third round we didn't get no video of that run. My daughter missed it.
Really?
So we didn't get no video of that one. Had to run Kristen Brady. She's a junior dragster graduate, I think last year or the year before, up to a big car. I noticed in the staging lanes that the car wasn't idling or running right, so I wanted to make sure that I didn't make any mistakes here in case their car wouldn't run the number or would mess up or whatever, that I would take myself out of contention. So I missed the tree greatly, as you can tell in the time slip. She had me by a mile, but lucky for me, like I had in a lot of this race, she couldn't run the numbers, so I was able to back in and win that one, taking 10 at the strike. So I just having the right people at the right time with this race, just getting lucky pulling in the lanes. There's no magic to it, just getting lucky with the people I get beside and able just to be better than them, which is all it takes in this stuff. So got the round 3 win with the X number, so we're going to roll into round 4, see what we can do there.
We won.
All right, so here for round 4, I had to run my really good friend Tommy Greer, driving my really close friend Jerry Klein's Nova. Jerry, I think, had to go to work that day, so Tommy was wheeling it for him, both in top end mod. I knew that I was going to have to be on my toes here because I knew that he was not going to cut me any slack at all. So I was 27 to his 31. He goes dead on 8. I go 1 above 0, getting there by 2 thou. We're both on the brakes at the end of that run. And yeah, I kill about 3 mile an hour. He kills a couple. And I get there by 2 thou. There's no magical driving there. So we get the win there in that round. Go to round number 5. Where we're going to start, round's going to start clicking off quicker and quicker, and things are going to start happening faster, and the opponent's going to get a lot better. So I got to dang tighten my game up here if I'm going to be able to get really far into this race. So on to round number 5. So here in round 5, I have a good buddy of mine, Evan Privet, who, like me, got his car together on Friday before this race. So he did race Saturday. Here he is in round 5. So undoubtedly, he's made some good runs all day to get here. He didn't luck his way this far into the race. So line up, and I missed the tree. I'm 66, but he misses even more at 189. And when I left, I caught him really early. So I figured he probably missed the tree really bad. So got beside of him, kind of rode next to him, took 35 for the win to send me into the next round. So it was a good job for him to get to round 5. He said he had been averaging about 30 bulbs all day and just flat missed it when he ran me. So I was appreciative of it. So we're on to round number 6, where we will be down to 10 cars. And the round after this will go on a ladder. So we'll see if we can't get around our next opponent and get put on the ladder. All right, rolling up for round 6, got Ross Freeman and his newly freshened Nova. Looks like he did a repaint, among a bunch of other upgrades to his car. Rolling around into the lanes, I run left lane all day, but I took my time running the right lane that morning. So when I rolled through, I figured everybody behind me would stack behind me, and I really didn't like any of the options in front of me, or who was directly ahead of me, and I knew what was coming behind me. So I knew Ross, he runs 740, so I figured I would give myself at least to have the race happen in front of me versus happening behind me, which would have been the case if I'd have stayed where I was at. So I slid over to the right lane and pulled up against Ross. I know he's a tough competitor. He's a track champion at Pageland. And he's been to the World Championship race for iTray as well. So he's no slouch. He runnered up the day before on Saturday, so he was on it all weekend. They pulled us to the cone and stopped us and decided to spray the starting line and drag the racetrack right before we left. So sitting there at the cone thinking, okay, what's this going to do to the car? As far as, is it going to pick it up? Is it going to slow it down? Is it going to knock the tires off? Don't really know. A lot of stuff's going through my mind as I pull up. But the good thing about going to the right lane is I could put up my left hand to block the other side of the tree a lot easier in the right lane because I'm not having to cross hands. And so I got my right hand on the transfer button, left hand up blocking. So it's actually a little bit more comfortable this round. But he goes up there and turns at 18 red. And I miss it, and I'm 77. So like I said, another lucky round for the weekend. I just keep getting these lucky rounds that I don't know why I get. I don't feel like I deserve them because I hadn't been racing all year, but for some reason or another, the Lord's just put me at the right place at the right time and being able to make the right decisions. So I was able to get by Ross this round, and it'll put me down to 5 cars, and we'll be on the ladder. And we'll see who we pull next and how that works out. All right, rolled up from round 7 on the ladder at 5. Having to pull my really good friend Matt Ward, who is the defending track champ in foot brake at Rockingham, and who ultimately ended up winning it again this year. So he's a back-to-back championship in foot brake. So I knew I had to tighten my bootstraps up for this one, and he got lane choice, put me in the right lane, which is fine. I just made my last run in the right lane, so I felt pretty comfortable about the situation. He's dialed 634 to my 639, so we're dialed only 500 apart. So we're basically going to leave and then look at each other all the way down the racetrack. So we'll know by 60 foot where we both stand with that. So roll in, let go. I'm 4 red. Going down through there, I look over and notice he's like right on me. So I'm going down through there thinking, okay, either he went red too, right behind me, or he murdered the tree. So get the ticket. I turn at 4 red, he turns at 3 red behind me. So that ended our day at 5 cars, which is an excellent debut for the car. Car worked really, really well. It varied maybe 100th all day, and that was due to the fact that my shifter wasn't working because I had put it in the wrong holes. My shifter mount has 2 sets of slots. One set of slots is for like a low gear shift for a 3-speed, and then another set of slots for the power glide. And I, for whatever reason, lack of sleep or whatever, put it in the turbo spot so it would release, but it never shift the shifter. So I did find that on Monday morning. I kept wondering why it wouldn't shift, and I looked at it and I'm like, oh, that's why it won't do that. So I was hand shifting it all day, and I can't be as consistent as that thing can be. So I had fixed the shifter for Monday, and we'll see how I do with that vlog. Hopefully coming up in the next day or so, once I get the videos for it and get them uploaded, and then I'll put the round by round analysis with them, and we can see if the shifter actually helped me or not that day. But for the most part, the car varied about 100th all day, which I'm okay with, considering it's 140-degree track temperatures and there's sand and this, that, and the other at Rockingham. It can make it a treacherous racetrack to race at. So you have to have your stuff right to be able to go down there and be consistent and do well. It is not an easy racetrack to race at, and that's why I enjoy racing there, is because it's not a time run racetrack. It's a driver's race where you have to throw in a little bit of driving skill, and it just ain't just about making time runs. So I really thank Steve and the whole staff there. With us losing Billy back in February, it's really put a challenge at that racetrack as far as running a race and overseeing things. And I think Steve did as good a job as he could do. He had a whole new crew there that day, that weekend. So it was a lot of people that we weren't even used to, us regulars there, that we had to learn and get used to as well. So all in all, it was a really good day, and I can't complain about it at all, because I got a lot of lucky runs that day. So to get to 5 cars and be able to pay my entry fee for the weekend, where all I got is a little bit of buyback money into it, plus some whatever, a little bit of other stuff, I was happy with that. And that gave me some confidence and some momentum rolling into Monday, where we'll roll right into round 1. There'll be no time runs, so we'll roll right into round 1, and we'll see how we do that day. So thanks for watching. If you haven't, please like the video and share it, and comment and subscribe. Let me know how I'm doing with this. This is my first race vlog of the year. Look forward to doing many more of these, and I'll hopefully have them out sooner than this. But like I said, I'm going to have some other videos covering the wrap up of the build on the car, and the pictures and all the details that went into that. But there was a lot of long nights and days trying to get it ready for this race weekend. So I want to thank everybody for watching, and I'll see you next time.